Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Today I review my top 5 tips for the Monster Hunter Now Carnival 2004 global event. And this brings my experience from Monster Hunter Now Carnival 2004 Shibuya as one of the hunters that were able to 10-5 one of either Silver Rathalos or Gold Rathian weapons. I was able to go as hard as the Japanese, and there was very few of us that actually was able to do this and get lucky enough to do it. But I actually did go as hard as I could so that I could get my 10-5 weapon. However, none of these monsters will be easy to defeat if you are looking to take on 8 stars and looking to max out your weapons / build your armor to grade 8+. Gold Rathian, I'm going to touch more on that later, but Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos are still a gigantic pain, and they may take a lot of your potions unless you are doing your homework. For tip number 1, break the head and horns for rarity 6 chances. So the rarity 6 chance from Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos come from breaking the head. And Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos' heads become weak spots when they transform into their Hellfire modes. So when you see the blue flame coming out of their mouths, etc., they're going to turn into Hellfire mode. That's your cue to bonk its head or blast its head as much as you can, especially if you're ranged, in order to break the head and get that coveted rarity 6 chance. As for Nergigante, the rarity 6 chances from Nergigante comes from breaking its horns. And there's 2 of them, you got a left and a right. However, Nergigante's head only becomes a weak spot when its spikes are white. So if its spikes are white, then you're going to do extra damage. If not, you won't. So keep that in mind as you try to blast at its head. You're wondering, why isn't its horns taking more damage? Well, it has to be white, and hopefully you could break both of them again to get 2 chances at a rarity 6 from Nergigante. Next up, we got tip number 2. Silver Rathalos is harder than Gold Rathian. So Silver Rathalos is harder than Gold Rathian, but both monsters are still not easy to deal with. I have full A2 armor. I do A2 because it doesn't require more Wyvern Gem Shards or other monster materials powered for that, but as you see here, I get trucked, and it still takes me out and one-shots me. So they 8 stars and above, you get hit by an attack, even if it's the basic one like that. That's not even Hellfire mode. You're gonna lose a lot of health. So regardless of, again, that Gold Rathian is easier, it's still gonna hit really hard if you get hit. And they're very aggressive. Now, the reason why Silver Rathalos is harder is because it flies in the air for a majority of the battle, making it difficult to target. As you see here for Gold Rathian stays on the ground for a majority of the battle. It's still gonna fly, but definitely not as much as Silver Rathalos. However, its attacks are mighty and have a lot of range, and they're really annoying still. As you see right here, Gold Rathian will charge at you on the ground, so you'll have to get out of the way. I didn't get out of the way, and you saw how much damage it did to me. And again, for Silver Rathalos, it flies. As you see right here, within 5 seconds, after like literally 5 seconds, it does its swooping claw attack, and now it's already in the air. And it's really annoying to target it with ranged, but I've gotten used to it by now, so it's actually not as bad as you see now from me taking on this Silver Rathalos solo. However, as with any monster, if you review one of my monster guides on Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos, you will be very prepared for either of these monsters. I will have all their attacks listed out, including their Hellfire mode, when you can get into the patterns they mostly use. Seriously, if you look at those videos and just review it, like just skim through and look at each tell, you'll be way prepared than someone that doesn't. And so that you can save your precious healing items. When you look at this video, this example right here, I'm still getting used to fighting Silver Rathalos. I think this was around like my 30th one, but that's solo because most of them is group hunts. But despite that, I'm still able to take it out. However, that's 59 seconds for a full Drift Smelt Black Diablo spell build. So again, full Drift Smelt, 59 seconds with not that much practice. So yes, I don't want you to use your potions, so take a look at those videos. Next, at tip number 3, plan what weapon you are going to max out, as well as your armor. As you see here, I have my Silver Rathalos armor at 8-2, and I was able to 10-5 the weapon. However, unless you are ridiculously lucky, you can realistically max out only one weapon this event and build the armor you want. It took me 150 plus Silver Rathalos or 110 plus 8 stars. Majority of those, 80 to 90% of those were 8 stars. And they were group hunts to get my 10-5 Silver Rathalos bow maxed out in Shibuya. So it took that many. And the thing is, rarity 6 drops were doubled during Shibuya for the first 2 slots. So if I got 4 times rarity 6, if I doubled a single drop in the first 2 slots. So if I got any rarity 6, it would be 2 times, double that up, that's 4 times. So So I got a lot of rarity 6s for the time I was worth it down in Shibuya. But that's not the case for global, because during global, the first 2 slots will be normal. You will not get doubles, meaning it will take you 300 plus 8-star gold Rathian or silver Rathalos to max out your weapon. Again, only if you get really, really lucky, it's going to be below that number, but generally from personal experience, etc., and just essentially just doubling this on luck based off of luck. I think I'm luckier than most when it came to Shibuya event. It's going to take you that many. And even more if you want to, well, not that much more, but more if you want to get your armor to 8-2 or whatever your armor goals are. So just keep that in mind. And again, realistically, it's 1. So pick which weapon you're going to go to and stick with it. Don't worry about the rest. Unless you already finished one, and then you can go after the other. Moving on to tip number 4, this is the best value for those going after Nergigante. Elder Dragon interceptions are expensive, or EDIs for short. They normally cost 300 gems for 1 ticket, 750 for 5 tickets. Doing 10 Elder Dragon interceptions will pay for the global ticket itself. So literally all the perks, but if you plan on going after Nergigante, etc., and just all the bonuses you get, it's totally worth it. Now the thing is, Elder Dragon interceptions appear at 7:15 a.m. until approximately 10:40 local time. So that's when the last and the first nodes pop. So realistically, you're going to have a lot of opportunity. But 30 hours of free and unlimited Elder Dragon interceptions, that's a lot of money if you put it together. It took me approximately 150 plus 8-star Kushala to get enough materials to max out my Kushala bow to grade 10.5. So 150 times whatever not, that's a whole lot of money. And yeah, you're going to be saving a lot of money for this event if you do that. However, assuming you have the ability to drive or do some form of mobile transportation, it is possible to max out a Nergigante weapon to grade 10.5 during the event thanks to the wide view feature. You see me here using it to plan out my route in Shibuya. Obviously, I was walking and I had no idea where the heck I was going because it's Shibuya in Japan. I have no idea where bridges, etc. are. However, this is how I was planning everything out. Thanks to wide view, you will be able to see where your 8-star Nergigantes or 6-stars are if they're within your path, and then you can plan accordingly ahead of time. If you're using mobile transportation or you're driving like me, you won't be blind anymore. I did Kushala. I 10-5'd Kushala, blind. I drove around in circles through my biggest node points, and I finally got it after like hours. Thankfully, to wide view, we won't have that problem. So use wide view to your advantage. And if you're looking to 10-5 a Nergigante weapon like me, well, here you go. Use wide view, look around, plan as much as you can, and realistically, this is going to be the cheapest way to do it and the most value way you're going to get, because 1 ticket, $15 to 10-5 a Nergigante weapon or any Elder Dragon weapon is a bargain. And last but not least, for tip number 5, how to get Carnival 2024 tickets to upgrade your weapons and armor. So I get this question a lot, and here's the see-all thing. This might be different, but generally there are 2 types of tickets. Number 1, you have the Carnival 2024 forging ticket. These are obtained by completing the special event quests. So as you see right here for Shibuya, after you completed the first quest, you got 16 of the forging tickets, so you could forge everything that the Carnival 2004 weapons and armors had to offer. I'm pretty sure from this note, like this note says, the quest will be different for global. The one displayed here is again from Shibuya, but it's going to be different, and it should give you most, if not all, of the tickets you need to forge your Carnival weapons and armor. And here's the second thing. There's a Carnival 2024 upgrade ticket. So as you see for this picture right here, there is tickets that you get from completing this quest. So you have Forge, and you have Upgrade. For Upgrade, that's the one you're going to get the most of. And these are obtained again. You see right here, you get it from the special event quest as well, and there are 2 ways to get it. Number 1, already explained that, the event special quest. And number 2, you slay any large monster during the event. You don't have to slay Gold Rathian, Silver Rathalos, or Nergigante. It doesn't have to be any of the event monsters. You can slay any of them. As you see here, I'm roasting this poor Gold Rathian to death with these hunters, and it's getting absolutely slaughtered, and that's actually really good because I didn't have to use any potions during this battle, or I didn't have to even do a lot of dodging. But if you're playing in group hunts, best case scenario, because these 2 are going to be very, I won't say easy to beat, but at least, hey, at least you'll have some help, and it definitely takes a load off of you, especially if you're taking on Gold Rathian, because it's going to be on the ground a lot. But again, that's any monster. Right here, you're going to see for the results, you can get 1 or more tickets. So 1 or more tickets, as you see right here, from the note, 1 or more tickets. Here I got 2. Next, you're going to see an example from a 4, I believe it's like a 4-star monster or whatever. So this is while I was taking a break, or like I didn't see one in my radar. Here's a 4-star Odogaron, roasted it within 5 seconds. But it's even worth it to take out those low-star monsters, because as you see right here, you can get tickets for them as well. After taking out this poor Odogaron that didn't stand a chance, there you go, there's a carnival ticket. And now for the last part, we have Gyrototis. So this 4-star Gyrototis, I one-shotted it with the Black Diablos bow, because you know if you're good at the game and you play the game a lot, you should have this weapon, or hopefully you do, or something similar. And there's another ticket. So yes, slay any monster, any large monster, and you will get a Carnival 2024 upgrade ticket, or complete those special quests. And that's how it's gonna feel during, well, hunting down Nergigante. As far as like gold and silver rats, honestly, I really do miss the group hunts that I was able to experience around Shibuya, or just Japan in general. It was absolutely amazing. But hopefully this video helps you for Monster Hunter Now Carnival 2024 Global. If you don't want to buy the ticket, all of these monsters will be released in events at later dates. Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos, in fact, already have an exclusive event later this month. So you're going to have an event for those two later this month, and Nergigante will pop out eventually. But yeah, you don't have to worry about it. However, we don't know when they're going to come back after the end of this month. So ideally, you want to try to hunt them as much as possible so that you can max out or build whatever you want from Gold, Silver Rathalos, or Nergigante. Because realistically, the ticket value is worth it. The ticket pays for itself from the perks you get. Even for newer players, the armor/weapons will give you a big advantage because you can easily upgrade them to grade 8.2. To grade 8.2, all they require are upgrade tickets and a little bit of Zenny. That's not a lot. So will give you a huge edge if you do buy it and pay for this event. And again, it pays for itself. People are like, oh my gosh, it's paywalled. I'm like, yeah, it's an event with a ticket. It's Niantic. They've been doing this for years. Is this your first time? Because it sounds like it. But I find that it's the ones that never played Pokemon Go or don't have a lot of experience in general. And realistically, they're just not experienced. And do you see the prices nowadays for everything out there in the world? Inflation is high. So this is totally worth it. For 2 days and all the perks you get, if you are going to play even just a little bit or decently, it's totally worth it. Like, I can find a lot of other things that are way more expensive than $15 for 2 days of entertainment. Seriously. If you don't, it's an excuse and to convince yourself that it's not worth it, or you just don't play the game a lot in general, which is fine. But with that being said, please do a huge favor. Like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. If you are playing Global Hardcore or not, or if you're not playing at all, don't worry about it. They're going to come back later. If you are playing it, I wish you the best of luck in your drops, and hopefully this did help you prepare. Good luck on your grinds, and I will see y'all on the next video.